How's it going, everybody? For those of you who have never been to the channel, this is your first time. My name is Robert Fitzpatrick, aka Coach Fitz. I am a mindset and productivity coach. I help entrepreneurs think long term, set and reach goals, increase productivity, and help them in their personal lives. I also help highly motivated people do the same things that I just said. So, and press 1 if you can hear me. Comment 1 if you can hear me. Um, Also, comment 2 if this is your first time looking into getting any coaching, or this is your first time really trying to understand how to set goals, how to set and reach goals. All right, so press 2 in the comments if this is your first time really looking into trying to learn how to set and reach goals. Because I find talking to many people that their idea of what a goal is very different than what I as a professional would consider a goal, right? And we'll get into that a little later. Um, Press 3 in the comment section if you just started your business in the last 3 months. Just start your business in the last 3 months. Drop a 3 in the comment section. All right. Well, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use what's called the G.R.O.W method to increase productivity in your business, to set goals, and just give you a basic understanding of kind of one of the coaching methods that I walk my clients through to help them take their business to the next level, and to help them really set those mile markers and focus in on what it is they want to do, not only in their business, but in their personal life as well. So just to give you a quick overview of what the acronym G.R.O.W stands for. G stands for goal. And we're going to get into all as well. I'm just giving you the acronym right now. So G stands for goal. R stands for reality. O stands for options. And W stands for will. And as I'm walking you through this method, they do go in chronological order. So we go from G to R to O to W. Again, goal, reality, options, will. All right, let's get into it then. Let's get into it. So first, let's start with goal. All right, drop goal, right? Goal in the comment section if you have a goal right now. Because there are some people that I talk to, and they're trying to make a change in their business or even their personal life. They don't even have a goal anywhere. Like their goal is one thing today and something tomorrow, right? Like they're allergic to something today and not allergic to tomorrow. Like they all over the place. So drop a goal in the comment section if you actually have a goal right now. All right. Drop goal in the comment section if you have a goal right now. So goal, as I'm sure many of you know, even if you haven't really gotten any professional help trying to set goals and reach goals, a goal is simply a target that you're trying to hit. It's somewhere that you're trying to get to that you're not currently there yet. That's all a goal is. And through my coaching, what I do is I help people to truly understand what goal they want to set, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, I want to make $3,000 a month. It's easy to say that. But when we get into why do you want to make, like I've had this conversation, why do you want to make $3,000 a month? Oh, well, I want to make $3,000 a month so I can have enough money to pay my bills and have a little extra to have fun. Okay, what do you consider fun? First of all, let's back up. How much are your bills every month? Because some people don't even know how much their bills are every month, right? And in business, it would be how much are your expenses every month? Like how much money do you pay to keep your business operating, right? And so you have to factor that in. Like if you say I want to profit $3,000 a month, that's different than saying I want $3,000 in revenue. If you just want $3,000 in revenue, That means you could have $2,900 in expenses and have $100 profit. That may not be what you want if you're trying to have a sustainable business. Same thing in your life. If you're trying to save money, right, and you're trying to get to a point to where you're saving $500 a month out of the $3,000 you make, then you need to know how much your bills are to see if you can actually afford that. So when we talk about goals, this is, and if you remember, the R stands for reality in the G.R.O.W method. We start with the goal because we don't want your reality to hinder the goals that you set, right? Like, we just want to focus on what you want, not what you're trying to avoid, not what you think is going to be impossible or anything, but we just want to get what is it that you want, right? So when we talk about goals, first thing that I want you to do is understand that a goal has to be specific, right? A goal has to be specific. So if you say, I want to make more money, right? That doesn't tell me by when, that doesn't tell me how much money, right? And that doesn't even tell me why you want to make more money. And this is the key part that people are missing. You want to make more money, but you don't even know why. Why do you want to make more money? Right? Like, it's cool to say, oh, I want to make more money, but why? Because that why is going to keep you going when you're not making the type of money you think you should be making. Oh, no, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the obstacles that you're going to face when you say, I want to make more money, and then you start executing your plan and it doesn't go your way, right? What is it that's keeping you going? And that's why you need to understand why you want to make more money. Are you just want to make more money so you can have extra spending money to impress females or men? What is it? Do you want to have a little extra money so that you can help retire your parents? Do you want to have a little extra money to put aside for college? What do you want that money for? Right? In your business, do you want more money so that you can hire an assistant? Do you want more money so you can hire employees? Do you want more money for marketing? Do you want more money so that you can take better care of the employees you have? Do you want more money so that you can invest in continuing education? Why do you want that? Why do you want more money? Right? So be very specific. Be very specific about why you want what you want, and be very specific about what you want. Don't ever say again, I want more money. Don't ever say again, I want more of something. Give it some teeth, give it some foundation. Instead of saying I want more, give an exact number. I want $10,000 more. I want $20,000 more, and put some context behind it. I want $20,000 more so that annually I can afford to outsource more of my work. I want to make $20,000 more annually so that I can outsource more of my work, so that I can spend more time on the things that I want to do. Right? Or in your personal life, I want $20,000 more annually so that I can start investing in the stock market or investing in real estate so that I have a legacy, I have something to pass on. Or I want $20,000 more so that, I can put up an emergency fund if things get rough. Whatever your why is, whatever is going to push you, right? So that's the first thing. When we talk about goals, they have to be specific, right? And where some people mess up at is they set goals that are not within their control. And so we need to figure out how to measure your goal. How are you going to measure this goal? So let's go back to this earlier example. I want to make $20,000 in my business, $20,000 more in my business annually, right? Specific. How are we going to measure that? So are we measuring it by $20,000 more revenue? Are we measuring it by $20,000 more gross profit? Are we measuring it by $20,000 in expenses? Like, what is the measurement that you're going to use to determine whether you've reached your goal or not? right? What are the measurements you're going to use to determine whether you're even making progress towards your goals in your personal life? Let's say you have a goal of, I want to have less arguments with my partner, right? Okay, what is less? I want to have one argument a week with my partner. Okay, how are we going to measure that? How do you measure an argument? Oh, an argument is when, we're yelling back and forth. Okay, so the measurement is, did you yell at them? Okay, so now we have some teeth to that. In business, okay, the measurement is, I want $20,000 more annually. I'm going to measure each month how much more money we have, profit. Okay, now we're measuring it. So your goal has to be specific and it has to be measurable, right? Now, this next one, achievable. And by the way, all I'm doing is walking you through what's called SMART goals. You can Google. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. Okay. Just type in SMART goals right here in Google. And here, I visited this one a few months ago, but look, everything I'm showing you, SMART goals right there. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, which we'll get into those. But I'm just showing you how easy it is for you to do that. So let's stop sharing screen. Let's get that. So here's the next one. And this may sting a little bit. But is your goal achievable? And this is where you have to be real with yourself. Is the goal that you're talking about achievable? If you're saying that you want to, like I hear people say, oh, I'm starting a business and I want to make $1 million the first year. I'm going to make $1 million the first year. And what ends up happening is you put the goal up here. Again, if you remember the purpose of a goal is so that you can hit a specific target, right? But what some people do is they throw out a goal that they know is not achievable in their mind, and so there's no pushing to go for it. Like, it's like you have to be careful when you set goals. There's a certain level where if you make the goal too easy, you're not going to work towards it because you think you could do it at any moment. If you set it way up here, it's past the point of challenging and you don't think you're going to do it. So it's like, what's the point if I'm not going to reach it? You have to find a balance of setting goals that are just outside of your comfort zone enough to challenge you. And this is what I mean by achievable. Is what you're trying to do achievable for you? Is it achievable? This requires a deep understanding of, one, how much work are you willing to put in? How much work? Are you just throwing out numbers? Are you just throwing out goals that you want? How do you know that this is achievable for you? What research have you done? What time have you spent? What is realistic for most people? What is something that you can commit to day in and day out? What is something that you're going to be able to weather the storm through? Is this achievable for you? No BS, no trying to hype yourself up, no being fake, no looking at what other. Is this achievable? You know if it's achievable. Set them to where they're achievable. The goal is not to just say something. The goal is so that you can have something that's going to push you, right? If you want to make that $20,000 more this year, the goal is not to say, oh, I'm going to make $2 million this year. And then you then set the goal too high. And now all of a sudden you're not really working towards it because it's like, oh, I'm not going to make the 2 million. Again, we're just trying to start out. We're just trying to get you to a place to where you can be consistent and start making progress, right? You're not going to make progress if you put the goal way out there and you don't even believe it yourself. All right. So is it achievable? So we have specific, measurable, achievable. The next one is results. How do you know when you've gotten what you said you wanted? What are the results? Like if you say you want that 20,000, right? They're the measuring part, and this can be confusing. The measuring part are the mile markers that get you to where you want to be. The result is, how do I know when I've gotten what I said I wanted? So how do you know when you've gotten that $20,000? Like what does that look like? Is it $20,000 in your business bank account? Is it $20,000 in your personal account? Is it $20,000 in one lump sum? Is it $20,000 based on the numbers from the year? Like what result are you looking for? What is the result? And this is important too, because you have your larger goals, you have your performance goal, right? This is the goal where it's like, okay, I'm trying to get to $20,000. Then you have, or no, this is just your overall goal. Then you have your performance goal, right? So you have your big picture goal, then you have your performance goals, which are, these are the daily things, the weekly, the monthly things that I need to do in order to reach this bigger goal. So your smaller goals, they have to go through the same process that we just spoke about, right? They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, and you have to have daily results that you need to get to. What are your daily results? Are your if you want to make that $20,000, what are the activities that you need to do daily to reach those goals? How are you measuring them? Are they achievable? If you say daily that you, for instance, if you're in real estate and you want to make 700 cold calls a day, is that really achievable? Right? Is that really achievable for you? All right. So the last one is time. I cannot overstate this. If you are making a goal and you do not put a time on it, you're wasting your time. If you are making a goal and you don't put any deadlines on anything, you are wasting your time. Why? Because your brain functions off of deadlines. Your brain functions off of structure. If you just let your brain think that you got all the time in the world, then your brain is going to treat it like that. You need to make this a priority. You need to set some deadlines so that you know how hard to push yourself. You need to set some deadlines so that you understand that this is not a game. This is about your family. This is about you. This is about your legacy. This is about your future. You don't have all the time in the world. I don't care how young you think you are. I don't care how much time you think you have. Time is the most important commodity there is. And if you waste your time by not setting deadlines, all you're doing is pushing yourself further and further behind. So you need to have deadlines. You need to have daily deadlines. You need to have weekly deadlines, monthly deadlines, and you need to have a deadline for your bigger picture, right? Because after you've done all of this, you need to be able to review it. And this is why time is so important. If you say, okay, in 3 months, we want to be here. In 3 months, we want to have made $3,000 more, right? That's important, because now after those 3 months, you can review and you can say, okay, we way above. We at 7,000 already, and we still got 8 months to go. We may need to raise that goal, right? We may need to raise that goal, or we may need to keep that goal where it's at and just overgo. And then when we review after a year, we know we can set bigger goals, right? This is about stepping stones, but you have to start somewhere. And where most people mess up at is they just write a goal down, or some people don't even write it down. They just get the goal, they, let's say, write it down, and then they never look at it again. And they think, because I got that goal written down, that means something. Right? They think, because I got that goal written down, that means something. That don't mean anything if you're not doing what it takes. If you're not working on that goal day in and day out, if you don't know what you're working, if you don't have a deadline, if you don't know how you're measuring it, if you don't know what you're even working towards at some point, what is the purpose of a goal? If I ask you right now, be real. If I ask you right now, what is your goal? On the spot, without you looking at that notebook or wherever you have it written down, can you say what your goal is? Do you even know anymore? How closely will it match what you wrote down? Where is your goal? Like you got to treat your goal like a kid. Like, where is my goal at? Like, I ain't seen it in a minute. How often do you look at your goals? How often do you look at your goals? You have to figure that out. How often are you looking at it? How often are you reviewing it and reflecting and refining? This is about your life. So let's move on. So we talked about goal, and this is just a very broad understanding. In my coaching process, I walk you through this in detail. So we're gonna, by the end of that coaching session, we're gonna know what it is you want, not what you don't want, not what you're trying to avoid, not how you can focus on not losing, but how can you focus on winning? What do you want? All right, so that's what that's about. So the next one is reality, right? So we have goals and then reality. And the reason that reality comes after goals in this process, like I said earlier, is because I want you to focus on what you want first, and then let's deal with reality. I'm not interested in all the obstacles right now. I'm not interested in why you can't do this and what you've tried and all this. I'm interested in what do you want, because most people underestimate what they can do. Most people let their current selves get in the way of what they can be in the future. I'll say that again. Most people let their current self get in the way of what they can be in the future, right? So what do you mean by that, Fitz? So, and let me see, drop a fire emoji, or just drop a thumbs up or something in the comments if this is making sense, if this is adding value to you. Drop one in the comment right now. Also, I don't know if you've seen in the banner, you can text Fitzmindset to 22828 if you want to get the free life purpose and clarity workbook. There's 2 of them. That's totally free resource, so there's no excuse. Text Fitzmindset to 22828 to get that. but reality, and this is why, because those workbooks are going to help you gain clarity on what is your reality right now, because most people don't even know what their reality is. Like, I'm asking questions, like I say, okay, so what is it that you want? And they'll tell me, well, I want to start a business. Okay, what's stopping you from starting a business right now? Number one answer I hear is, I don't have the money. Right? Okay. When you say the money, how much money do you need? Oh, I never thought about that. I just didn't think I could do it because I didn't have the money. So let me get this straight. You want to start a business and you say that money is an obstacle, but you don't even know how much money you need to start the business. Or, I want to increase my outreach. I want to reach more clients and customers. Okay. What do you mean by more? I don't know. I just more. What's stopping you from reaching those clients? Oh, got a phone call. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll deal with that later. All right, so I say, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from reaching your goal? Like, what is it? And the answers I hear are ridiculous. The answers I hear, oh, I hear this with going to the gym all the time. This is my favorite one. What's stopping you from exercising? I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time. What do you mean you don't have the time? I don't know. I just don't have the time. What do you mean by that though? I just don't have I don't have time to work out. Okay, so what you're telling me is it's impossible for you to work out. Nah, not impossible. I work and I have children. And I said, okay, what have you done to make time to work out? Well, I guess I haven't really made time. Okay, so let's get away from I don't have the time and let's focus on reality. You haven't made time. You haven't made the time to work out. You haven't made the time to get healthier. You haven't even made the time to understand what you need to do. to make the time. You haven't even made the time to understand, what it is you want to work out for. Like, why do you even want to work out? Right? Oh, I want to lose weight. Well, there's things that you can do without exercising to kind of lose weight. What's your diet look like? What's your routine look like? What is it? Why do you want to lose weight? Like in your business, oh, I want to hire an employee for what? What's stopping you from hiring an employee? Oh, we don't have the money. Oh, we don't have the money to hire an employee. Okay, so how much are you going to pay this employee? Well, I don't know. We just want to hire an employee. So you don't even know how much you're going to pay them. You don't even know what you want to do to even begin to talk about your reality. But let's say that you understand what you want, right? Now, the reality part is focusing on the obstacles. What are the obstacles that are in the way of you getting what you want? What have you tried? What has failed? Where are you at right now mentally? Where are you at right now financially? This is where you have to be honest. And what a lot of people do is they try to run from the reality to big up what they've been doing. This is where the insecurities kick in. And this is why I say, if you haven't dealt with the insecurities in your life, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you to operate a business because your personal is going to get into the business. So if you haven't dealt with insecurities in your own life, and you say in real estate and you cold calling people and they yell at you and they tell you no, and you take it personally, you're not going to be able to get back on the phones because you think they mad at you. You think they're yelling at you. You think that you remember somebody called you ugly back in the day or whatever. And now, this person yelling at you and you starting to feel like you ugly again. Come on now. I know it. I know you feel it. You dealing with personal stuff at home and you don't feel like you being listened to. And then when you get on the phone or, you make a post on social media and nobody likes it, you don't feel like you being listened to there. Come on now. This is why you have to develop personally, right? This is why when I do the coaching, we're not just talking about business. We going into the deep. What do you value? What is your worth? When is the last time you studied you? How much time do you spend on you every day? What is your reality? And most of the time, the thing that's stopping people is themselves. Most of the time, it's not the money, it's not the time, it's the mindset. And this is why I focus on mindset, because if you could fix the mindset, you would probably be 50 times more productive. Your productivity would probably go up 50% just on fixing the mindset, just getting on straight on what you want. Because the reality is most people are stressed. Most people are not operating at their potential because they're too stressed and they're too afraid to do what it is they actually want to do, right? So when we get into the reality phase of this, we not only need to talk about the physical obstacles that are in your way, but the mental obstacles that are in your way, right? Because when you get out there and you start trying to achieve these goals, the reality is that you're going to run into issues. You're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into people that don't like you. What is your reality right now in handling those? If your parents don't agree with what you're doing right now in your business, what is your reality? If your parents don't agree with what you're doing in your personal life, what is your reality in dealing with that? Are you going to fold? Are you going to say everyone's against me, so I can't do it? What is your reality, right? So goals. What do you want? Reality. Where are you at right now? What does it take to get what you want? All right. Next phase. Options. So setting your goals, facing your reality, and now we're at options, right? So options are all about what available alternatives do I have to solving this problem? Like what options, as it says, what options do I have to solving this problem? Right? Because you have a problem. Let's be real. You have a problem right now. You want something that you currently don't have. That's a problem. So what are your options to solving that problem? So if you want to make more money, there are plenty of options. Are you going to do content marketing for your business? Are you going to do just digital marketing where you just post other people's stuff? Are you going to run ads? Are you going to do door knocking? Are you going to hand out business cards? Are you going to write a blog? Are you going to start a website? Are you going to do video tutorials? Are you going to do a podcast? What options do you have to get what you want? And I don't want to don't focus on what won't work right now. Don't focus on, oh, well, I can't put this down because this and this. No, just write out all your options. This is an option. This is an option. This is an option. You see, when you go to Walmart or a grocery store, they have options. They don't just have, oh, well, we can't put that there because this person isn't going to, and this person may not know. They have options, and then people choose the options, and then they reflect on the options that people choose, and then they adjust. If you don't give yourself enough time to adjust, you'll never be able to determine which options could and could not have worked. So you just need to focus on what are the options, not if they'll work or not. We're not at that point yet. What are your options, right? If you want to make more money, what are your options? And this is where you have to be open-minded. This is where you have to check your ego and realize that maybe you don't have it all figured out, right? Maybe you don't have it all figured out. If you think it's too expensive to hire a coach like me to help you in your personal and your business life, what other options are there, right? I'm sure there's plenty, but don't discount this option. Don't say, oh, I'm not going to, download the free resource because, it's not going to work. You haven't even tried it yet. What are your options, right? And I think where most people mess up at is they think they have more options than they do, even though they haven't reflected on anything. Let me say that again. Most people think that they have more options than they actually do. And the reality of the situation is that the options that you think are options, those require work too. And if you're not willing to put the work in, it doesn't matter how many options you think you have. It does not matter how many options you think you have. If you're not willing to put the work in, it doesn't matter. So right now, I just want you to focus on all the options out there that you can think of. All the options out there. If you want to stop arguing less, what are the options for doing that? Oh, there's getting a coach. There's doing maybe a date night if it's your significant other or partner or whatever, your husband or wife. Maybe we can do a date night once a week. Maybe we can before I argue, I can take a breath. If I feel myself getting to a point, I could take 5 minutes. If I don't want to argue, I can reflect and write down in a journal every day of the week why I'm arguing. What are you like? Write these options down, right? Right. Don't focus on if they align with your goals right now. Don't focus on anything else, but just getting as many options as you can down. Because what we're going to do in the next section, and we'll jump right into it. What will you do? All right. This is where you get critical. All right. What will you do? And I'll put that back up for you guys. Man, drop a like if this is helping you. Drop a like right now if this is helping you. Let's get them likes up. So we have what will you do? So this is where you look at these options. Don't focus on the stuff you haven't thought. Look at the options you wrote down, and this is where you pick. This is where decision making comes in. This is where leadership comes in at. This ain't a game anymore. It was never a game, but you treated it like one, and now you're in this position. This is not a game. You have to make a decision. If you want to be the leader of your life, the captain of your ship, you have to make a decision and stick with it. Point blank, period. I'm not going to lie to you. You have to make a decision and be okay with whatever decision you make. That's what comes with entrepreneurship. That's what comes with business. That's what comes with taking control of your life. Making a decision. Look at those options that you wrote down. What will you do? And pick one. And stick to it. Don't pick one, try it for a day and say this doesn't work. And then, no. Pick an option and stick with it. Give yourself enough time to fail at least. Like, I'm tired of seeing people try for 3 or 4 days and say it doesn't work. I'm tired of you going to the gym for one day talking about, oh, I'm sore, and I've been going 5 days and I ain't lost no weight. What if it takes 6 days? What if it takes 2 weeks? What if it takes a month? Are you saying because you're not getting the results you want when you think you should get them, when you haven't even put the work in, that you deserve what you want? No, that's not how this works. So what will you do? All right. And this is, and I'm gonna be doing another course on decision making, because a lot of what I've learned is a lot of people have trouble making decisions because other people have made decisions for them their whole lives. So when it comes time for you to make a decision on what you want to do in your personal life, it's difficult because other people have made decisions for you. Go get that degree. Get this grade in this class. Study this. Get this job. Think like this. Do that. But when you step out into entrepreneurship and your entrepreneurship journey, you're making the decisions. You're calling the shots. You get the rewards, but you take on the responsibility of the heat. You take on the responsibility of, and a paycheck came in 3 months, and you got to look at whoever you taking care of and be like, I'm trying. I made some decisions. I'm adjusting, but I'm trying. You have to take that on and be comfortable with that weight on your shoulder. So what will you do? Look at your options. What are you going to do? And stick with it. Consistency is the number one thing you can do. If you don't remember anything else from this course, be consistent with what you choose. All right. So what do you want? Again, let me put this up here. So the GROW method again is your goal. This is what do you want? Reality. Where are you at? What are the obstacles getting in the way of what you want? Then we have options. What are the options? What can you do about this? What are some possible solutions to the problem that you have? And what will you do? Right? What will you do? And to be honest, this is just a basic little breakdown of this. In my coaching sessions, we go much deeper into this. We're talking about values. We're talking about why you want what you want. We're walking through this process and many other processes. This is just one method that I use, but we're talking about who you fundamentally believe you are, because believe it or not, most people do not believe that they can achieve the goals that they set for themselves. Why? Because we're socialized to believe that we have to look externally for support. We have to look externally for a paycheck. And I'm gonna be real with you. When and just to give you some background about myself, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in sociology. I was, on the path to getting my PhD and all that stuff. I wanted to be a professor, but I listened to the professors and they didn't seem happy. I listened to the professors talking about, oh, it's been 25 years since I graduated and I'm still paying student debt. What? 25 is because I was always taught you go to college and that's it. You made it. Right? That's what I was told. You go to college and you made it. That's it. You graduate and you got the golden key to the world. But when I graduated with my bachelor's degree, I saw that that's not the case. So what did I do? In my ignorance, I went for my master's degree and thought, oh, I just need a higher degree. And then when I'm in my master's degree program, I'm looking at PhD programs like, okay, I need to get the PhD. And I was one semester away from doing it, but I met somebody who they were living the type of life that I saw that I wanted to live. Not necessarily the money, but they had enough money to where they could do what they wanted to do. And I valued that freedom. I thought that degree would give me that freedom. But I didn't understand business. I didn't understand entrepreneurship. I didn't understand working for yourself. I didn't understand controlling your own destiny. I didn't understand that. I was looking to get as much social clout, enough social capital to cash that in so that I can build somebody else's dream and they support me. And I realized that's not what I'm about. And that's no shade to anybody who you are, working a job and you want that lifestyle. I don't see anything wrong with it if that's what you want. But for me and for a lot of people, We don't want to be constricted by somebody else's dreams, right? And now that's where I got. So take this method, download the free resource, text Fitzmindset to 22828. You have nothing to lose. And this is where it starts. You making a decision to do something different. Because let's be real, what you've been doing has not been working. What you've been doing has not been working. And if it has been working, this will only serve to benefit you. So please download that free resource. Comment what you think about this little masterclass. I will have a full course coming out where we go into more detail on the G.R.O.W method. I will have a full course going out on, another concept that I'm coming up with how you can actually sell your success to yourself, because many people, as much as they say they want success on social media, as much as they say that, they haven't even defined what success looks like, and they don't believe it themselves. So that because they don't believe it themselves, they can't manifest what it is they're saying. They don't believe it themselves, so they don't take action. And I want to help you do that. So if you like this class, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you support. I got the Cash App down there, $ peace and love 93. If you want to keep getting more content like this, show support. I appreciate everything. And if there's anything that I can do, let me know. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, you can schedule a free discovery call. That's in the description as well. So I got you. And if you're an entrepreneur or someone highly motivated and you're starting this entrepreneurship journey, or you're in the middle of it, I just want you to know, keep going, and you got this. All right, that's Fitz.